Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this video here is going to be my legendary farming video guide. So, I've made a few videos in the past about farming for your legendary weapon, and all of them have gone over, different parts of it, and pretty much doing, different little things and stuff like that for getting the legendary. So, I decided with this video because the main thing that I get asked when farming for the legendary weapon is, Almar, how do you make it not boring? And I really do understand where a lot of people are coming from with that, just it being boring after a while. I personally don't have this problem too much when farming. Farming is one of my favorite things to do, but I do have this problem with other things, like doing World vs. World or doing PvP. After a while, it just becomes so monotonous and just, it's so blah that, I don't know, I just lose interest in it. And it pretty much everyone has, an activity that they love and then an activity like that. So I really do, know where people are relating that they can't, find it in themselves to farm constantly and get their legendary weapon. So really what I wanted to show you was this guide that I came up with, which is going to cover multiple zones, with a whole bunch of different options that you're going to be able to do. You can pick any order you want to farm the zones in. You can skip around. You can do 5 first instead of 2 or whatever, something like that. You can repeat this path daily, and I'm going to be updating it very frequently. Hopefully keeping this to be a very up-to-date path. If any of you have been following my website for a while, you might remember a guide I put out in World of Warcraft, Almar's 10K an hour guide. I figured out how to make 10,000 gold an hour in World of Warcraft, and I made a guide on it. And you had to do a whole bunch of different things, and you pretty much had to, be very active, always be watching the auction house, and you had to do things in a very, very, very specific order. And this guide is kind of going to follow that approach. It's not going to be as strict as the 10K an hour guide that I had in WoW, but it's going to have a long approach of different things that I usually do every day to get money. And to start out, I'm going to read directly from my website, which you're going to be able to find a link to this guide in the description. And also, instead of telling you how much money I earned from, doing whatever location or whatever I have for each number blot, I'm going to take a picture of my inventory and show you everything I made, because prices are always going to be changing over time, and right now prices are currently on the rise, and I think it would be more accurate to show you what I got versus adding it all up now and then having prices change in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, months, or something like that. So that's really how I'm going to take this approach. But let me get started with telling you each of the different locations and explaining some things. I won't be doing anything in the video at this point in time, so you can Alt-Tab, run around and do whatever you'd like in, your game or anything like that. It would be too hard for me to actually do stuff in the video while reading off of, my website. So, the first place I have farming/gathering, which is Frostgorge Sound. Take about 30 to 45 minutes. It's quite easy to do, and actually let me show you in the video. I'll show you the routes that I'm going to do, so actually pull up the video again. Sorry about that, guys. And you'll be able to watch my pointer, and I'll show you each of my different locations on the map. So I usually start out here at Earthshake Basin. As you can tell, my map isn't loading 100% yet. I'm a little bit laggy right now, but it should load up soon. I usually gather here by Jormag. I do the quick little gather in here, gather up everything, and then I usually check to see what's up here. Sometimes there's some Ori Chalcum up there, and then usually I gather what's here, and if there's any Ori or anything like that over there, I gather. Then I port down south to Yaks Ben Waypoint, one of my favorite places from the original Guild Wars. And I gather everything over here, everything up there. I grab the butternut squash, gather what's there. And then I start heading in this direction, gathering everything there. I usually participate in the Grawl event there, and also participate in the Savanier event there. Sometimes I continue on with it and do the 3rd event inside there, but that's I very seldom do that. I usually cut up here, gather what's here, cut up. Sometimes there's an event here, which has you protect the Ridge Rock camp from the Savanier crystals and the veteran. I gather what's all in this area, and then gather what's in this area. and then go all the way trotting over here, and usually there's an event to protect the bridge or recapture the bridge, and then there's an event here to destroy 3 dredge mortars. All of them will give you karma, and I usually repeat them at least once every day, specifically if my daily has something involving event mentor, since all of these events are below level, or Shiver Peaks Killer, Shiver Peaks Veteran Killer, or Shiver Peaks Event Completer, and all that fun stuff. Now after Shiver Peaks, I usually go to Malcor's Leap, which is all the way down here. Now in Malcor's, I usually gather southern here first. I gather up everything by Paga's Waypoint, porting in it there, and then I head north, gather what's up here, head up even more north to Pyrite Peninsula, gather what's there, and then I usually port to Ren Waypoint. I gather everything over here, and then everything down south, and then I usually leave Malcor's Leap. I don't like anything else around there because everything's too spaced out and it's blah. And then I have for number 4, Citadel of Flame Path 1. It's very good money. It's probably the best hourly money you're going to get in the entire game. Is it the best money period in the entire game? No, not even close. But it will definitely give you good hourly. You know, pretty much eventually as time goes on, you stop counting how much money you make hourly, and everyone still wants stuff hourly. Just like how when you move up, like say, you know, when you go up and up and up in the world, you stop caring how much you make per hour. You know, you start caring how much you make per year, your yearly salary. And it works the same way with really everything. Right now, I don't even factor in how much money I make hourly anymore because I make so much money. Hourly is nothing to me. Kershore events. I usually do Penitent Path. This is the very next one. I do Shelter's Gate, Penitent Path, and then I check for R&D Waypoint event, and then I also check Gavborns. And sometimes there's an event here too. Sometimes there's a Risen Spider event there. Sometimes you got an event that happens here. And I usually do that. Hop between those, check those events, see what's up, and then, you know, leave that zone. Usually at least one of those events are up. You also have Joe Fast right there, which if you hit one, you'll usually be able to get a cycle of all of them going, and it'll still make you good money per hour versus, you know, people saying that it won't. After Kershore, you can also gather up and down that zone. I port to Timberline Falls. Up here you have one of my quickie gathering locations, all in this area here. You got Cauliflower here, plus Jotuns. You got rich platinum in the little cave there. Usually got tons of platinum here, tons of platinum and stuff there. Seasonwood logs and gold and platinum all the way over there too. After that, you can do the other quickie location in Timberline Falls. It takes place down here. That's optional though, completely. And then you can stop and kill the Jotun, which are here at Thistlereed Grove, if you would honestly like to. After you get done there, Dredgehaunt Cliffs is another area, although that's number 13. I'll just show you it real fast. I usually port at Grapple Waypoint. I gather what's in this area here, and then I usually head south, gather this area, head south, gather that area, head south, gather this area here, and then I cut across here by the Sorrow's Embrace, gather what's in this area, gather here, and then I usually gather all what's here, and then you can cut through here, do events there, do another event here. That one you have to take Granite Citadel back. That here you got to help a Norn kill an Arctodust for fur boots. And then you continue up, gathering everything you see. Also, you can continue up this way and gather what you see, or cut back down. Pretty much just do a loop-de-loop. And then you got stuff by the Spirit Walk to gather, and pretty much all over that area. So let me mouse out a Dredgehaunt, and I'll skip over to, well, actually, I skipped over Straits of Devastation. My video is lagging a lot right now, though. Don't know why. Straits, I usually gather all in this area. I have guides for Straits up, and guides for all of these locations up, individual video guides or written guides. I strongly recommend you check them over until you can learn these locations like I do. Then you got Blaze Ridge Steps. Terra Corundra Waypoint is the easiest quickie gathering location. I gather what's here, and also I do a gathering of the whole entire zone. I usually start here by Kindling Waypoint, and I just go down, gathering everything, cut across here, and then I pretty much zigzag through this area, gathering, you know, following the large amounts of nodes. Aside from that, the only other thing is farming world bosses, which you probably will know where most world bosses are by now, and that's pretty much all there is to it. that's what I have for my legendary farming guide so far. It's just a wide variety of a whole bunch of different locations, and if you do them all in order, you'll make probably at least 20 gold a day. And it depends on how long you stay at each one and how long, you actually try and stay there, and how lucky you get. A lot of factors come into play, but my goal with this guide is to keep adding in locations pretty much in order. You could go through all of them, and by the time you get done, you'd be a significant amount closer to your legendary, which should just make you happy pretty much, or take some of the weight off your shoulder, because you have to spend less time thinking about what you have to do and more time just doing stuff. So that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe to me for future gaming and Guild Wars 2 videos. And aside from that, guys, good luck, happy hunting, and I'll see you guys around the next Guild Wars 2 video.